What's up, you guys? All right, well, it's been a couple days since I was on YouTube. You guys like my glasses? I know, they're yellow. And it's kind of nice when it's gray and sort of foggy. It makes it look sunny and bright. Well, the last few days have been pretty wild. We've had some Chinese momentum. Again, this is a flashback to last August when we had, I can't even remember how many it was. It was the Chinese IPOs. They were going up 2,500% on average. So for the last couple of weeks of April, I wasn't doing recaps every day. I was kind of doing them intermittently. I would do a recap one day, and then the other day I wouldn't do it. I've had a lot of stuff I've been working on for my Warrior students. I've been working on organizing some things, and we've been working on this development project. We've got charts which are rolling out, which is really exciting. So anyways, I've been a little bit tied up with those things, but I wanted to go over maybe the last couple days. And I'll just highlight. So April was kind of interesting because in the first 2 days of April, first 3 days, I hit my weekly goal for the week. So like first week of April was great. Second week, I was red. I didn't get back all the profit in my first week, but it was green first week, red second week. Then I was green the third week, had a great week, third week. And then the fourth week I was red. So on Friday, what's interesting is I took 3 trades fairly early and I went red. So I went red on Friday, and then when top started pulling away up to 256.44 approximately, something like that, I got that trade, and that put me from red to green. So I finished the day on Friday green, which was good. And then, but I was like, man, that was a roller coaster because I went into the red before rallying back, and I don't know. I was a little bit frustrated because that big move on top was like Thursday after hours, right? It was like 4 o'clock on Thursday. And I could see it on my phone, but I don't trade on my phone. I'm not a complete degenerate. So no offense to those of you guys who trade on your phones, but you know what I'm talking about. So I traded it on, so the problem is sometimes you have a stock like that makes a huge move after hours, that by the next morning, it's already on the backside. It's like a head and shoulders pattern. You've got the head, now you're coming back down. And you get traders who are kind of looking for sympathy momentum, but when your main stock is sort of rolling over, the ones that might have been sympathy momentum aren't going to be as strong. Although sometimes you have, okay, that one's definitely dead and people are looking for the next one. And anyway, so what ended up happening on Friday was we had like 30 different stocks that were all moving, and it was very scattered. We just had a lot of stuff moving, and it was kind of, I think a lot of traders struggled with that a little bit because it was hard to figure out what was obvious. Even for me, I only watch 4 level 2s at the same time. So Friday, Monday, and today, I have stocks on all 4 that I'm watching closely, and then I have a couple other stocks on other charts that I'm like also sort of watching. And I almost this morning was just like, wow, maybe I just need to step back because this is like, I feel very scattered. There's too much moving, which is kind of funny because we've also had in the last, 6 months, we've had days where it's like there's nothing moving. So then you have nothing moving, then there's too much moving. I'm Goldilocks over here. It's either too hot, it's too cold, and now, where's just right. So today was a good day for me. It was a green day. The stock that I did the best on was, what was it? It was TIRX, something like that. The tickers, they're like in one ear, out the other. I forget them so quickly. But, and yesterday I did well on, what was it? GRC, I think that was it. So again, just these stocks that are making really huge moves. BAOS, that was another one that made a really big move. But, for those of you who may have struggled with these, let me tell you a quick story. So if we go back to, I don't know, maybe 2014, 2015, I remember seeing stocks that would make these parabolic moves, that would go straight up, whatever it was, from $8 to $16 or something like that. And I would always just sit there, like, felt like an idiot, because I would just sit there watching it, and I'd be like, I can't get in here. It's, just went from 5 to 6. I can't get in at 6. It's too extended. Next thing you know, it's at 750, and you're like, God dang it! I wish I could have, should have, would have punched it at 6, but I can't not punch it at 750. That would be chasing it. The next thing you know, it's at 8.59, and you're like, oh my God, I just watched the stock go from $6 to $9 and I didn't take a single trade on it. You start getting frustrated. You start feeling that FOMO, and you'll do one of two things. You'll either punch it, like an idiot, which is what I used to do, at like $12 a share, only to watch it finally roll over. And then you're living with the pain of regret because you gave into FOMO. Or you hold the discipline and you don't trade, but you're left feeling like a real loser. Other people certainly traded it, made money. You coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you didn't. So if you're someone out there who's, watched a couple of these go parabolic and you didn't trade them, I want to reassure you that I think that is part of the learning curve. And it's something that I went through myself, where I just had this period where I wasn't able to quite get comfortable enough to pull the trigger. So if you're seeing stocks, but you're not feeling comfortable pulling the trigger, what that tells me is that you lack a certain level of confidence. And the good news is confidence comes from more experience. So the more experience you have watching some of these stocks, and eventually, pulling the trigger with smaller size, the more comfortable you'll get. It is, I'll say, very hard to go from a cold market to a hot market because of how quickly things sort of shift. We weren't used to seeing stocks for a while that were breaking through like a $0.50, a whole dollar, and then continuing up 50 cents. We were seeing them stall out, and then that was kind of it. So it's taking me a little bit to kind of remember, this is because I kind of got burned enough times during the colder market with some of those entries that I've kind of pulled off of doing them. And now that it's heating back up, I'm trying to get myself to feel a little bit more comfortable pulling the trigger. So, anyways, long story short, don't feel bad if you missed some of the moves. I didn't capitalize on them as well as I could have either, but I did finish green. It was green on Friday, green on Monday, green on Tuesday. So 3 nice green days here, gets the month of May off to a good start. April was a good month with the exception of my accuracy being a little lower than usual. It was at 62%. Yesterday I traded at 87%. Today my accuracy was also pretty high, so that's good. But last month could have been better in two regards. Number one, I wish my accuracy had been a little bit higher. And I think if my accuracy had been a little higher, I would have avoided some of those bigger losses that I took. The thing is, I always encourage people to focus on accuracy, because when you focus on accuracy, it means you're being more disciplined about trading really good quality stocks. And usually when you're doing that, you'll see fewer of these sort of, just disproportionately large losses, which is always a good thing if you can avoid those as much as you can. So I had a few of those in April, which drew down my profit-loss ratio as well. So I didn't have as good of a profit-loss ratio as I wanted. Accuracy was lower than I wanted. So those are 2 things that I'm setting kind of as my intention for the month of May. Focus first on accuracy, hoping profit-loss ratio follows. Although, I don't know, accuracy was good yesterday, but I did have one bigger loser. So anyways, it's a working target. It's a moving target is what it is. So that's kind of where I'm at. It seemed like as I walked away today, I was seeing some action on a couple other stocks. MIMN or something like that had made a really nice move, was coming up to the 200 moving average. I sort of felt content with not pushing it, because today I had come up just shy of my daily goal. I gave back half, and then I rallied to back up to the same place I was before. So I'm finishing just shy of my daily goal. So I was like, you know what? That's good enough. My daily goal is 5,000. So I was happy with that, sitting at like 4,300 today. So green day, just under the daily goal. And, as always, live to trade another day. So I encourage you guys, not try to compare yourself too much to me or to other people. If you hit $50 today, if you hit 100, whatever it is, be grateful for that. I could do the same. If I wanted to compare myself to someone who made 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, keep your head down, stay in your lane. You know your goal. Stick with that. Be disciplined. Get in, get green. Don't overstay your welcome. Rinse and repeat. Do it again tomorrow. All right, so I'll be back at it tomorrow. I'm streaming every day for Warrior members, but if I don't always get a chance to do my recap right now, it's just because I'm quite busy, and that's a good thing. I'm keeping myself busy. I'll also be very busy this summer every day we'll be making time for streaming for members. So I'll be doing my morning routine at Warrior, but I may not have a chance to do recaps every day. But again, I'll come on and do episodes like this periodically. So thanks for tuning in, and a reminder as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical. There's no guarantee you'll find success. The way you trade on your own, you'll learn from me. So take it slow and practice in a simulator before you put real money on the line. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you for the next episode real soon.